One Pride family, what's up, all the Detroit Lions fans out there that partook in today's preseason game against the New York Giants? The Lions are trash. They're the worst team in the NFL. It's no way that we're gonna make the playoffs next season. We're probably gonna go like 4-12 or something like that. Lions are garbage. That's pretty much what I hear when I see people. I mean, just bashing over a preseason game. I'm tired of explaining a preseason to people. People want your team to go out there and be 4-0 in the preseason every year. I hope the Lions lose every damn game this preseason so they can make the adjustments, the proper adjustments that's needed. I hope they lose every single game. Um, as far as adjustments go, I had trouble with the run last preseason game against the Raiders, and the Lions adjusted and adjusted well. The New York Giants were not able to run the ball worth shit today. Excuse my language, but that's the type of mood I'm in. Fans pissing me off, so it's just that type of night already. Um, yeah, they adjusted. Run game. Defense in general looked pretty good to me. Darius Slay, obviously player of the game. Looked like he's in mid-season form, but the start for the defense was, the first team defense. That was a great start. Even though it is preseason, that was good to see. Jared Davis, he started out really good. Kennard, big fella, Sylvester. I thought he had a touchdown, but obviously not. They called it back. It is what it is. But the first team defense, I thought, played very well. On the other hand, the first team offense was the one that didn't do good this week. As far as the first team offense go, some sacks here and there. Offensive line still did not play everybody, not all the starters, together as a group. Matt Patricia, playing around with the lineups. Amir Abdullah started tonight. I know a lot of people talk about the fumble situation. Never got a good grip on the ball. The exchange between him and Jake Rudock never was a complete grab. So, yeah, it was a fumble, but my problem with Abdullah in the past was him fumbling the ball when he actually has the ball and he's running down the field. That type of thing right there that happened today, that can happen. For any running back, if you don't get a good grip on the ball, so I'm not gonna make a big fuss about it, but it's obvious the Lions put him out there as a starter tonight, probably putting him on display to see what teams try to draw entrance for Amir Abdullah. Obviously he's not starting, and damn well LeGarrette Blount is not playing third string running back. Like I said, it's the preseason. They're going to do things. They're going to take different looks at things. They're going to play mental games with players. They're going to do all type of sorts of things. You cannot put one grain of salt into lineups in a preseason because they're really evaluating. Good teams evaluate players. They actually evaluate the players. Not out there trying to win a preseason championship like our Lions was doing years back. So Matt Patricia obviously definitely was pissed today, and he should be. A lot of things I felt like the Lions were not giving enough effort. It just seemed like certain times during the game, it seemed like they were just going through the motion, man. Matt Castle was garbage. Jake Rudock probably will get that position. Jake Rudock had a pretty rough game last game, but this game he looked like the Jake Rudock we seen last preseason. Which I kind of felt like was gonna happen. They ran a hurry up offense. He had two solid drives down the field, man, no issue. Was able to get that ball in the end zone. Matt Castle needs to go. I don't even know why he's here in the first place. When we signed him, I couldn't even believe it. It's just like you signed Dan Orlovsky. So, But Jake Rudock, I hope he keep doing this thing, man. Keep pushing forward because Matt Castle is definitely got to get off this team. As far as individual play, um, Frank Ragnow still is advertised, still solid game. Didn't give up anything. Um, you know, as far as the run game go, I feel like they kind of could have gave the ball to Kerryon Johnson a little bit more. But, he had his time last game. This time it was LeGarrette Blunt's turn. And, Theo Reddick was through in there, sprinkled him in there. I feel like Theo Reddick is more of a threat in the slot. You've seen the results of that. Um, but, it is what it is. We'll see what Matt Patricia decides to do with that situation. Who's going to make the team and who's going to play what. Killebrew could possibly play linebacker as a coverage linebacker. He's a better coverage linebacker with his size and speed. So we'll see what happens with that situation. As far as other notables, Deshaun Hand, I feel like had another solid game. Deshaun Hand is definitely a run stop type of guy. Big, strong young fella, man. Powell had another great game. Him and Billingsley both. I feel like they pretty much both the same type of players. It's just about opportunity. Powell gets a little bit more opportunity, but I feel like Billingsley got a little bit of a chance today to show what he's consistently showed every year in the preseason. I just want this young man to get a chance, man. Let Jace get a real chance to play. And show you what he can do, man, because he is definitely one of those little Edelman type of guys. With that being said, let's see. I'm trying to think of. I don't want to miss nobody. Roberts. That's what I'm trying to think of. Roberts, man. Roberts was able to show his skill and athleticism. Did a pretty good job blocking today. But when he did get his hand on that football, he showed that ability with size and speed and athleticism, man. The reason why he can be a big-time threat. Wish he got more opportunities out there as well. On the flip side of things, Matthew Stafford was getting pressured too much. Offensive line, minus Ragnow. I'm not just riding rookie, but it's the truth, man. You can watch the film. Besides Ragnow, I felt like it was too many pressures, man. It was way too many pressures, man. I feel like you got better block out the running backs than some of the linemen today. The O-line today was not good at all. I know that's not what they're going to look like once the season starts, but it wasn't fun to watch today. They still have a long way to go. The team in general still have a long way to go. This is still a new system on both sides of the football. You got a little familiar. I don't even want to try to say the word. You know what I'm trying to say. It's a little familiar on Jim Bob Cooter, side of the football. But defense, whole different thing. You know what I'm saying? Different schemes, different looks. So it's also a lot of new players on the team. So the team still have to have time to gel. They're not going to come out and just look precise and sharp like the New England Patriots, because guess what? We have a new head coach. We have a new system. We have new players trying to make the team. We have draft picks, things like that. And the Patriots situation is a little bit different. You got returning guys with a returning system, that you're already well trained in. So all you have to do is bring your young players along. Our situation, we have to bring everybody along. So you have to understand that in the preseason, this is about adjusting. That's why I want them to lose every single game. Lose and go adjust the problem. They did that from the Raiders game to this game. Now they got to go from this game to the next game against the Bucks and make adjustments. And continue to build and learn how to play together. But that's pretty much it, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna put too much in it. We missed the field goal today. Oh man, that's funny to watch. We missed the field goal today by Mr. Incredible. Missed the field goal today. That was funny to watch. But other than that, man, that's pretty much all I got, man. The Giants are still stellar on defense, man, and the O line they didn't come prepared to do what they had to do today. They was allowing too much pressure, man. That's the theme of the game for me. All the little minute other things. Like I said, I don't put too much grain of salt into the preseason, but the adjustment for this week will be that offense. So that's what you need to look for when you read them training camp reports. And this is the last joint practice. So them training camp reports, you're gonna see a lot of adjusting going on. We're not playing against another team this week, so the focus will be adjusting on the things that we have film of. And that's the point of playing these other teams, so you can see the problems and fix them. That is the whole point of doing it. That's why the Patriots do it all the time, every year. With that being said, that's pretty much all I got, man. Hope everybody have a good night out there, man. I guess I have to catch up with y'all in the middle of this week, man. And maybe we can talk some midweek training camp. See what's going on, man. See what type of adjustments, what you're hearing out of training camp, things like that. But other than that, gotta wait another week. So, with that being said, leave it in the comments. Don't come in the comments telling me about, this player did this and this player did that. Listen, man. It's the preseason. I'm not going to keep saying it. It is the preseason. Yes, a player may did this and a player may did that. Give them an opportunity to adjust. It is the preseason, okay? Please understand that. With that being said, I'm out.